Hello, good afternoon. My name is Heda. I live in Bangkok. I'm a single mom. I've been living in Bangkok for 22 years and I have two children. They're 15 and 11. I just want to talk about some of the things that have come to my ideas or my thoughts, okay, while listening to the latest speech that Leni has made. She talked about, sabi niya, meron daw absence of light among us. And she was talking about why are people enemies and why are people arguing on social media. She also talked about, she said, madami nang nag-aaway. And then she asked, or she was referring to the cause of darkness. So parang kine-question niya, or she's trying to make something clear. Hindi ko po natapos yung speech, so I'm going to just talk about, okay, parang half of it, because that's the only, because I didn't have time to finish it all. So I'm going to finish it all later. I only have about 15 minutes, so if I don't get to say what I need to say completely, okay, I'll get back to this later. So let us separate, okay, two things. One is the messenger, and then two, the message. Leni is a mother, as I am, and I feel that she really believes, okay, what she's saying. So I don't want to call on her and say that she is lying, but okay, the message that is coming out from her, I feel are lies, okay? And then, so please, let's separate the two. I am not here to disparage Leni. She's a mother, she's a woman, as I am. So I'm not going to go in there. However, we need to talk about the message. I think for many of us, it's very hard to separate the messenger and then the message. So sometimes we attack the messenger, kaya hindi na tuloy naririnig what our message is. So let's make it very clear. Leni has kids, okay, she has daughters, and I would actually like to say that her daughters, to Leni's daughters, you need to support your mother, because the next few years is going to be hard. I'll tell you why later. And you actually know about that. And it's not because she is anti-Duterte or she's from the other political party. That is not, okay, the reason why it's going to be hard. So she, in her speech, she talked about, she was talking about that we need to be looking into ordinary people and then looking at the success that they have achieved for themselves and then getting inspired by those. And then, so one of the things that one of the people that she talked about was a banana queue seller whom she said was able to produce 4 children who graduate. 3 of them graduated from college, and during the time of her speech, one was in college in UP. She said the banana queue seller mom, who was a single mom, had produced a teacher, a lawyer, a nurse, and the youngest one was in UP. And then, so Leni was talking about the fact that the banana queue seller had so much hardship and so much challenges to go through, but she managed to do everything in order to get her kids to finish college, and then the youngest one being still in college. While that is such a great story, it is, because I'm a single mom. I know how hard it is. I only have 2 kids, okay, but I can barely make it. Okay, so yes, that is a great story, but okay, see, here's the message that I'm getting, okay? And you know, anybody can refute me on this. You can tell me what the other opinion or what the other side of the story is, but this is what I'm getting. I feel like from the similar or the common thread among the people that she used, okay, as an example of inspiration to others, is that they have gone through so much hardship So it's like, okay, it's telling me, because she mentioned that, she said, okay, the light, okay, will be coming, should come from the people. She said that, okay, ang liwanag ay nasa ordinaryong mamamayan, which means, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like that message, okay, is hitting me like, okay, you know what, okay, we're not gonna blame the politicians, we're not gonna make them accountable, because each of our lives depends only on us, okay, the citizens. Yes, one side of the story is that, okay, we all have to take ownership, of our lives. However, if you have dysfunctional systems in a country, you have an extractive kind of political institution, an economic institution, how do you marry those two? It's like it's telling me that, okay, you've worked hard, you know what, okay, you have to work harder, okay, the effort is not enough, okay, work pa more, okay, that's what I'm getting, okay. Look, please, let us not romanticize poverty. Please let us stop doing that, okay? There is nothing fun or enjoyable about going through hardship. She did not talk about the fact, okay, or the facts, okay, behind this mother's hardship. What did she have to go through? What did she have to give up in order to get her 4 kids, okay, to school? Once her kids were finished with college, did they have good jobs? If they had jobs, okay, was there security in it, okay? Did they have very good health, medical insurances? Did they have very good benefits in their jobs, okay? Is the salary enough for everybody? Okay, there was no talk about that, because you know what, okay, it's very hard to live in the Philippines. For example, okay, she also talked about, there was an OFW who went abroad, okay, saved money, and then went back and then put up a business. Okay, yes, that is the ideal. However, for example, there are some of us in Thailand who are not earning that much, okay. I know some of my friends, okay, some of the people that I've worked with, doing English camps, for example, or doing some service projects towards our host country, they're not earning that much. So how do you save? How do you save money when somebody gets sick in the Philippines, okay, you need to send money, because there is no health insurances, okay, that would cover the most major health problems that we have. How do you save money when you have to take your whole family back home? And you have to pay for flights for 4 people. How do you save money for that? How do you save money when you want to put your kids up in private education, when they go to college or when they go to high school, and you know they want an iPhone, they want, okay, the latest Samsung device, for example? How do you save money for that? Okay, because for example, one of the things that I know of is that some of my friends, okay, we were kind of laughing about this, okay, in the past, because our relatives or our children that we have left in the Philippines, okay, would have Nokias, would have an iPhone and the latest Samsung, but we would have, you know, the cheapest Nokia, for example. Why? Because we wanted to give so much to the people who are back home. And sometimes, you know what, we have to face this. Sometimes we are driven by guilt because we are not there, and because of that we want to give them the best, because in our thought they should have the best, because we are sacrificing so much out here. So she talked about, okay, having a business. You know what, I met a very big business family back here in Thailand a few years back. They have money, they have millions of money in the bank, but they were here in Thailand because they wanted to put a stamp in their passport that they have actually gone out of the country, because the end goal for them is to go to America. They want to relocate. And I asked them, why do you want to relocate? Okay, you are successful in your business. You have so much money. You have millions of money. Okay, they said, okay, the father said three things. One, you have to pay so much under the table, and it never stops. And it's not just to one person. It never ends. And sometimes when they see that you are making profit, you're making money, they increase how much you have to give. That's one. Number two, they said our environment in the Philippines puts us in a very precarious, very unpredictable kind of location in the Pacific, that our, we have storms, we have unpredictable weather, that those are the things that they have to deal with doing business. Sometimes transportation, okay, gets delayed because of those things. There's a flood somewhere. So they lose money because of that. So they said, yes, you can do business, you can make profit. However, it causes you stress. It's not an enjoyable life. Number three, he said, yes, when you make profit, you are also potential or in danger of being kidnapped. You send your children to school, you have to hire security guards because, okay, you are afraid they're going to be kidnapped, especially when people know that you are earning in your business. So those are the three things, okay, that, yes, I'm talking about business on a bigger scale. But, okay, what I'm saying is this, okay, it's not easy. And when somebody tells us, okay, when somebody says to us, okay, work some more, okay, because you know what, when you finish, when you have achieved all these things, okay, it's such a great story to tell. We are not living our lives. We don't want to live our lives so that we can make a story to feed the campaigns of our politicians. We want to live, enjoy life, free from stress, but enough money so that we can go home, be with our family if we want to, because there are some of us who do love the life outside, because there are opportunities that are out there, that are out here too. So I don't have much time. I think I have 5 more minutes. One of the things that struck me is this. Again, we are not attacking Leni. We are attacking the message that she is giving us. One of the things that I wish, okay, Leni would stop doing is smiling into the cameras when she makes her speeches, because you know what, that makes people mad. And it's not because of you as a person, it's because it's like you're making fun of things that are very serious. It's not funny. It really is not. Okay, like for example, I know, okay, like they probably, a lot of politicians, is probably her. She wants to reach out to the people. She wants us to understand that she is listening, that she wants to be as close to us as Duterte is. But you know, so when she made jokes about merong nagmahal, ano nga ba? Merong nagmahal, nasaktan, nagmahal ulit. Okay, now, you know what? Okay, Duterte could use that in his speeches and it will come out hilarious. And you know what? It would resonate with us. When it's coming from you, Leni, it looks awkward and it's not funny. Because that is not you. It doesn't resonate with the rest of us. So, just be yourself. Do not try to grasp at what, okay, this magic is that is Duterte, because that's him. I listened to his speech yesterday when he was in Burma, in Myanmar, and one of the things that struck me is this, as we all know, Digong Duterte reeks of authenticity. We can smell it, we can feel it, okay, there's no question about it. We don't doubt the things that he says. The sincerity is there. So what I'm hoping is that maybe, Leni, maybe you should stop speaking for us, because that seems to me is what you're trying to do. And it's not working. It just makes other people more mad. And you know what? I wish to see her because I still believe she can still do good things. I wish to see her just get out there and just work. Let your results speak for you. Don't make any more speeches, because the speeches always seem to have this message that is against Duterte. Now, you asked in your speech about the cause of darkness. Duterte is not the cause of darkness. Correct me if that is not what you're trying to say. The cause of darkness is the loss of trust in public office, because many of us are choking in the lies, okay? And there are things that we feel are being shoved down our throat. Look, you are only the messenger. I'm not attacking you, I'm attacking the message. Look, Filipinos, we are not imbeciles, we are not moronic, we are not idiots. Okay, so to all our politicians, okay, please don't try to make us look like that, and don't talk to us as if we are, because it disrespects and it dishonors us. Because you know what, okay, we probably have the best education, okay, money can buy in this part of the region, okay, so we are educated. Now, there was some part where I felt like this, the triumph of the Duterte administration with the use of social media, I felt was being belittled. I don't know where that is coming from. Maybe that was just my impression. But here's the thing. If anybody who is, how do you say this, who refuses or does not see the importance of social media as a tool, okay, I think those people are really foolish. Why? If you haven't heard of LinkedIn, that's social media. That's where people find jobs now. That's the way of the future. Facebook, whatever you post on Facebook, finds its way into your employers. So please be careful about that too. That is social media. This is the way of the future. So those people who belittle what social media has done, this is not the triumph of social media. Social media is just the tool that was used by a people that are choking with the lies of the dysfunctional systems we have back home in the Philippines. It's just a tool. It is not the end all and be all. It is not the cause of this triumph. And if you keep on thinking that way, that's, you know what, okay, that's like 100-year-old thinking in the past, okay? So the Filipinos, the Filipino people want to move with the times. And that's why we are taking to social media. You know what? What I'm doing is not easy. It's not easy. It's not fun for me to be putting myself out here. But you know what? I feel I don't have a choice. Because the other choice is that I don't do anything. And you know what? I will answer to my children in the future, when their future is not impacted by anything, because we as the people refuse to do anything today. Why am I doing this? Okay, like Leni, you're a single mom. You know very well the gravity of needing and having to prepare your kids for the time when you're not here. So I respectfully implore you, please look at the things that are happening. Go out there into the streets. Even tricycle drivers, even taxi drivers know what is going on. They are on social media. We are aware. We are a people that are awake. We are not sleeping. We are doing something about it. Now, some of us, okay, cannot articulate what our thoughts and ideas are as clearly as others. But you know what? We are all in tune with what is happening. Okay, to end this, I'd like to say, I just want to use something that, okay, my teacher before in nursing school told me while we were talking one time on Facebook. I asked her, so what's it like, what is it like in Iloilo? Because she's just gone home recently. And then she said, oh, even the taxi drivers are tuning into the Senate hearings. And I thought that was just awesome. Don't you think so? I mean, we have taxi drivers who are aware, informed, okay, and they are, you know what, okay, they are contributing and they are involved, okay. This is a people that are awake, and there's so much potential for the people, for the Filipino people. We need to make a stand against what, okay? It's against dysfunctional systems. It's against powers that try to restrict and still want to continue with systems in the past that don't work, are not efficient, are not effective, does not empower people. What the Duterte administration is doing, it's encouraging volunteers. That's what it's doing. It's empowering people. It's giving people hope. Buy into that, okay? Don't get, okay, lost in the rhetoric, because you know what, okay, this is happening right now. He talks to people. Talk to us. We need to learn to talk to one another. Stop putting, post your photos on your profile pictures and talk to people. You know what, some of us are so courageous to curse and to disparage people just because, okay, they are hiding behind whatever they are using on their profile pictures. Okay? We need to talk. That's all. One of the most important slogans, okay, not slogans maybe, one of the most important and fun phrases that I have just been using lately is because of the conversation from my former teacher. Hi, Mom Nadine. It's about taxi drivers listening to radio. And then there's this catchphrase, okay, in Iloilo where it says, where it goes, ambot sa kandi nga may bangs. Bye.